Hello and good morning to all my students out there. I welcome you all for today's English class. I hope all of you are doing good, right? And all of you are fit and fine. Students, in our last class we have covered up the topic of reflexive pronouns and possessive pronouns. So let us recall back for a short period of time what are possessive pronouns and reflexive pronouns. As I have mentioned to you that reflexive pronouns are pronouns which reflects back to the subject, right? The subject is the doer and the receiver of the action, and I have already told you that it's very simple. We tend to add self for singular pronouns and selves for plural pronouns. And likewise, we have also seen what are possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are pronouns that shows possession, like mine, ours, yours, his, her. All these shows possession. So I hope you have recalled back what we have done in our previous class. In today's class, we will move ahead and we'll be taking up the topic of formal letter writing. Students, in our third module, we have already seen what a letter writing is, and we have also seen the two types of letter writing where I have mentioned you. The first one which we have taken up was friendly or informal letter, and I have already told you that friendly or informal letters are written to our near and dear ones, our friends, our relatives, right? We write them a friendly or informal letters, whereas we tend to write a formal letter to an institutional head. It is for the business purpose or formal purposes, right? Or a particular purpose, which we are going to see in our today's class. Students, formal letters, as I have already mentioned you, it is a letter for formal purposes. Okay, these letters are written to an organizational head or an institutional head. For example, in offices and all, we refer to the boss, right, to the manager, to the secretary, and in an educational institution, for example, to the principal. There is a specific purpose of writing this letter. Now what is the difference between a formal letter and an informal letter? Is the main difference is the tone in which we write the letter. Okay, students, formal letters are written to organizational head or institutional head, where we have to maintain a particular tone, that is a tone of respect. Okay, because they belong to a particular position or designation, whereas in a informal letter or friendly letter, what can we do? We can express our heart out, right? We can even use contractions, and the letter can even be a lengthy one. We can even use pet names and all, short forms. But this is not the case with formal letter. We have to be very formal while writing the formal letters. We have to follow the format strictly while writing the formal letter. So let's see the important key points which we have to keep in our mind while writing a formal letter. So my dear students, there are 9 important points to be kept in mind while writing a formal letter. Let us see those points. First and foremost, the letter should be written at the left hand corner, and the sender's address, that is the person who is writing the letter, will write his or her address on the left hand corner. Okay, just below that comes the date. As we already know, these are the things are already mentioned in informal letter as well, right? Then just after the date comes the recipient's address. Now this is something new which you have not learned in the informal letter, right? Now the recipient's address and designation. Designation means the post in which the particular person is. For example, if you are writing a letter to the principal of a school, so what you have to write there? You have to write to the principal of SFS school, Narangi, Sadgaon, right? You have to mention the address. So there comes the recipient's address along with the designation. Designation means the post. It may be the manager, it may be the secretary, or it may be a principal of a school. Then just below that comes the subject. Subject means what? Subject means the topic or the main purpose for which you are writing the letter. Now this you will not find in a friendly or informal letter, right students? Now here what you are going to do, in a short sentence you are going to mention why you are writing the particular letter. It may be for leave reasons, it may be for job promotions, right? So you have to mention there the subject or the main purpose of your letter. Then just below that comes the greeting or salutation. Now remember students, when we have learned about informal letter, there we usually refer to as dear or dearest in the greeting or salutation part, but this you cannot use in a formal letter, right? Because the person's designation is very high. So what you have to use? Words like respected sir or madam or principal or manager. Okay, so there you can use the respected words like respected and then sir or madam and then give a comma. Then just below that comes the introduction part, wherein you are going to introduce yourself, right? Why you are writing the letter and yourself as an introduction part. And then after the introduction comes the body of the letter, wherein you will write specifically the main purpose why you are writing that letter. You will explain it in detail in the body of the letter. Then comes the closing paragraph, wherein you will thank the person as well. Okay, for whatever reason you have written the letter, you can say that thank you in advance. So this is how you close the letter. And finally comes the signature or signatory, wherein you will write yours sincerely or yours faithfully and give a comma and then write your name. In a friendly letter or informal letter, you do not have to mention your title, that is your surname. You can even use your pet name, right, or nickname. But in a formal letter you cannot do that. What you have to do, after writing yours sincerely or yours faithfully or yours obediently, give a comma and write your full name, right? Your full name, whatever your name is, along with your surname. So I hope you have remembered all these 9 points. So let us come and see how to actually write a formal letter with the help of an example. So students, let us look at the sample of a formal letter given there. Please look in your screen. So read the given sample of a formal letter carefully. See the different parts that a formal letter has. Study its format and tone. As I've already mentioned to you, the difference between a formal letter and informal letter is the format and its tone in which we write the letter. So look there on the screen. At the left hand corner is the sender's address, right? So there you can see 303 Block A, TVR Society, Presidency Road, Bengaluru. This is the sender's address. Just below the sender's address you can see the date being mentioned there, right? And how you are supposed to write the date. Please see the format. It's not by giving slash. Okay, please don't give slash. Don't write 28/6/2020. Please see the format there. 18th January 2019. So this is the correct format of writing that. And then next comes the recipient's address, that is the receiver's address to whom you are mentioning the letter to. Okay, there you can see the manager, State Bank of India, Bengaluru, right? After that, as I have already mentioned you, the subject, that is the purpose of writing the letter in short. So there you can see the subject is request for opening a new bank account. Okay, and then next comes the salutation or greeting. So here you can see respected sir. Since it is a formal letter, we are writing to people of a particular designation. So here we don't use words like dear or dearest like we use in a friendly letter, right? So here we use terms like respected sir or madam. So respected sir, and a comma has been given there. Next comes the introduction part, wherein you can see that the particular person has introduced himself or herself there. See here, I request you to open a savings account for me in your bank. My name is Suman Singh and I am from Bengaluru, Karnataka. So you can see that in the introduction part, one can introduce himself or herself. Okay, and then comes the main part of the letter, that is the body of the letter, wherein you are going to describe what are the important key points for writing that letter. As I am not yet 18 years of age, I would like to open a junior account. I am enclosing all the necessary documents with this letter. I hope you will fulfill this request as soon as you can. So this is the main part of the letter, okay, wherein the person is requesting the manager of the bank to help him open the account, as he is not yet 18 years, not yet an adult, so he needs to open a junior account. Then comes the conclusion paragraph. There you can see, simply you can say thanks if needed. So look here, thank you in advance. So there in the closing, what you can do, you can simply thank the person for anticipating for your particular reason, right, for what you are writing the letter. Okay, now here you can see thank you in advance. You can use words like thank you in advance, or thank you for your efforts, or thank you for helping, or thank you in anticipation. These are the words which you can use. Okay, and finally you see here, you can see there the signature, wherein you are going to write yours faithfully or yours obediently, yours sincerely, give a comma, and you would write your name along with your surname, that is your title. So this is the format of writing a formal letter. Please notice that the alignment of writing the letter, see, all the words, everything is in alignment, right? The date, the recipients, the date, the sender's address, salutation, subject, introduction, body, conclusion, and even the signatory, it's in a same line, the alignment being followed. So you also need to follow that. So students, in our class today we have learned how to write a formal letter, right, and the format of a formal letter. So students, what are the 9 important points? Can you recall it? Yes, the first one is the sender's address. The second one is the date. The third one is the recipient's address. The fourth one is the subject or the purpose of writing the letter. The fifth is the greeting or salutation. The sixth one is the introduction, where you are going to introduce yourself, right? The seventh is the body of the letter, where you are going to write the main purpose of writing that letter. The eighth is the closing paragraph, where you are going to thank the person for his or her anticipation, right? And the last one is the signatory. That means you are going to write yours faithfully, yours obediently, or yours sincerely, and then you are going to write your name along with your surname. So it's very simple. Try, practice it, and do the exercise which is given in the workbook. So take care students. I shall see you all in my next class with another topic, that is story writing. Take care. Bye bye.